So you're an atheist, or what are you?
Yeah, you can call me an atheist.
If I ask for example, like where did you come from, you would say probably from my parents. If I ask your parents, and so on and so on, if we go by the whole chain, we'll get to the
Probably.
point where you don't have any answers.
Yeah, that's true.
What would you call what, like, you know, for some people the explanation behind this beginning would be God.
That's an explanation. That doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah, but for example, if for example I asked you, do you believe that behind everything that we have right now, everything you see around yourself, like, do you think that everything this was created through something or
You mean
someone?
causes?
Uh, yeah, not necessarily. It can be God too, like the understanding of God we have today.
Okay, I'm an agnostic also at the same time. And that
So you're
means,
agnostic atheist.
yes. So probably you
Mm.
know about agnosticism.
Yeah, you don't believe in God because you are not sure.
You
Is
can
that what?
say that. I just don't like the word sure. I just don't
Okay,
know. When you
explain
don't
to me.
know,
Explain to me.
yeah, it's simple. I don't know
Hmm?
whether any God exists or not. That means, for me, maybe there is no God. Maybe there is a God. Maybe there are many gods. Maybe a few gods. Maybe billions of gods. So I just don't know the answer. But I'm not holding a belief that, for example, many gods exist. I don't have such a belief. I don't believe that there are two gods. I don't have such a belief. I don't believe that there's even one God. So that's it. And if you ask me, do you believe that there is no God? I wouldn't say yes. I don't know that also because I'm an agnostic.
Do you believe in evolution?
I can say yes, but when it comes to this topic, it's unnecessary to talk about evolution. Just because it's false, that doesn't mean a god, created humans. That's why I don't care about evolution theory.
Yeah, but it's like necessary in order to understand. You know, like you have many topics related to religion. You know, the belief systems, and
Hmm?
evolution basically debunks 95% of the religions. I mean.
Maybe, but there are many believers. They don't have a problem with evolution. They claim that evolution is a process that created by their gods, so they solve the problem.
Yeah, that's why I said 95%. Understand?
95?
Yeah,
I don't know
majority
about the
of religion.
numbers.
Yeah, this is like roundabout, of course. This is not, you cannot take this as statistics, but I'm just saying, like, what religion can you think of that you can follow and believe in evolution?
I was a Muslim and I didn't have any problem with evolution.
Do you know that like God made us out of dirt according to Islam?
This can be interpreted as whatever the atoms that we have in our body, they all exist in the mud. That's how Quran describes, right? Mud.
No, because
No.
Adam was the first human who he was made in paradise. There was no evolution in paradise.
Those parts are really controversial, but anyway, I don't want to argue like a Muslim. I'm not Muslim anymore.
No, I'm not saying that you're a Muslim, but
I
you
just don't
cannot
agree
believe
about
as
what
a
you
Muslim.
said, so that's it. But I don't want to argue about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not my job anymore. People who believe in evolution and who are Muslims, they should defend that position. I'm
I
retired.
think I think like if you are a Muslim and you believe in evolution, you're an ignorant person.
I'm
That's
an
what I think.
ignorant. I would argue in necessary ways, but as I said, I'm not Muslim anymore, so I won't waste my time to make a point about Islam.
No, I'm just saying. I know. You said that you're not a Muslim anymore.
Yeah, and measuring who is more ignorant is a different matter. But what about you? Do you believe a God exists?
Uh, yes, I do believe. I do believe that God exists.
How many gods exist?
Just one.
How do you know their numbers?
Because for me, God is explanation of everything that is around us. That's why you cannot count this explanation.
God is explanation of everything around. That sounds just to me fancy words that don't mean anything.
Why not? I mean, if you go back to, I think it's like logical. If you go back to the starting point, we will never be able to explain it. But for me, this explanation will be always hidden. We'll never know that. Maybe after life, who knows?
Here's a
But
question for you. Do you think there was a point that that universe didn't exist?
mm, I simply answer don't know. I don't know.
Okay, you also don't know. You're an agnostic also. Okay.
What?
But things can be explained
Why,
in many
why?
different ways.
Why am
So
I an agnostic?
you said, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know.
Okay, so if your teacher asks you what is 1700 multiplied with 55, and you say I don't know, are you an agnostic?
Yeah, okay, if you take it in that way, you're right.
Yeah, of course,
Agnosticism is
I
about
just
God. Yeah.
yeah, I just answered like you asked me if you thought that a universe, or you'll never know. You won't know and I won't know. This is
Okay,
like a
no
for
problem.
fact.
I got it. I got it. You don't have to cherry pick the word in that way. So you say that as the explanation of everything, but here's the
Yeah.
thing: things can be explained in many different ways. Therefore, there can be many gods.
Yeah, but there is only one right explanation.
How do you know that?
Tell me like something that has multiple explanations, like daily life example.
There are many topics, but I don't recall right now a specific
Mhm.
example. But I think it's not a stretch to claim that things can be explained in many different ways.
They can be, but there is only one perfect explanation. That's
One
what I think.
perfect explanation.
Yeah, for anything, there's only one. Like logically seen, like there's only one good, not good.
Okay.
I mean, like if you
So
take, for example,
you're simply saying that, okay, there is one truth about everything, but that doesn't mean there is only one God.
you don't get it. Like the first law of logic, law of identity. I told you who is God for me. If for example,
Yeah,
let's
is
let's
God
let's
for
take
you?
like philosophy. If you ask about philosophy, any philosopher in the flow of history, everyone will say something different. Therefore,
Sure.
I started off with explaining to you who is God for me. That's why
Okay,
I
can
told
you
you, and
explain
now,
again?
yeah, God is, if you go back by this chain of transmission, everything you have around yourself. If you keep asking, who created that, who created that, what happened with that, what happened with this, what happened with that, and going on, you'll come to the point where there is like simply you cannot answer this. And for me, behind this is God, and this God is
Yeah, but that
explanation
doesn't
for
make
everything.
any sense. So you're saying that we come to a point that we don't know. Since you don't know, the explanation can be many things also. For example, so you asked the first question, right? And you assume my answer created you, my parents. My parents is plural. You need a father and mother. And when you say if you go back and back and back to follow the chain, you'll find a place that you don't know the answer. Okay, you don't know the answer. The answer can be two things also, like a father and a mother, and you don't know that.
You you
And
you
you're
don't you
assuming
don't get
that.
you don't get my point.
Okay, then try again.
My point was it's not, of course, if you ask like 15 years old, like who created you, he says, oh yeah, my parents. Who created your parents? If you ask him, like, he knows, maybe he can give you like three answers. I'm not sticking to my subjective like view on the world. I'm not sticking to my knowledge. I am telling you what, like, if you take the like the logically, if you go back to
Mm-hmm.
the beginning, I know I cannot imagine the beginning. I know that. And exactly because I cannot imagine the beginning, I say this is an explanation. I don't give it a quantity. I'm not saying it's a man with a stick. I'm not saying it's like Vishnu, Visha, Odin. I'm not saying, I'm not giving any attributes for it. Therefore, I only call it an explanation for everything.
You
Because I
call
know
an
that there is
explanation
an
for
explanation.
everything. Okay, like the explanation of the universe. We are talking about the explanation of the universe, our existence, and explanations. This can be the explanation. So explain me how your phone exists. If you follow the chain of the process, how phones are being created, you will find many causes, many people who are creating the phone. This is the explanation, right? A phone is a device that being created by many people, and we use it as for communication and for other things. This is the explanation. So when it comes to universe, you can find such an explanation, but you don't know that, but you know that there is an explanation, no problem. When there's an explanation, if you don't know the explanation, you can't get to say that, oh wait, in this explanation there's only one thing. Maybe the explanation is two things created this universe. Maybe this is the explanation. You don't know that.
I don't think that you're like still giving like things. You're saying things. That's what my problem is. You're saying that there are two things.
Okay.
For my explanation, they also can be two things. You don't understand that. But I am saying that only one explanation is there. They can
Okay.
be even 100, but this is related to this one explanation.
No problem. But when
Yeah,
I
that's what
ask
I
you,
meant.
well, I'm not asking you how many explanations exist to describe the universe. That's not the question. You are twisting the question. My question was how many gods you believe in, and your answer was I believe there is only one explanation. Okay, what is this explanation? My question is about the explanation itself. I'm not asking how many explanations there are. Sure, I can agree that there is one explanation, but when it comes to God and gods, okay, the explanation of this universe can be one, many, or zero, and you're not answering that part.
I already answered this from the very beginning. I told you that I don't know.
Okay, you don't know how
And
many
I will,
gods exist.
I will,
Okay.
and I will never know.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I know how many gods exist. I know there is only one.
One God. But you're saying
Yeah.
you're saying I don't know the explanation. There's only one explanation. Then you're saying, oh, I know that the explanation this universe is one God. That's not following any
You are
logic.
not. Listen, of course it's following
No.
logic. You cannot give me a daily life example where you have multiple
Why not?
explanations. Give me just an
It's not
example.
multiple
Then we'll
explanations.
see.
It's one explanation, but in the explanation there are many causes, multiple causes.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
When did I say the opposite? I agreed. I said yes, I know.
Okay, then how
I
do you
never
know
said
that
anything else.
the explanation is one God? You don't know that, but you're claiming to know that.
Wait, hold on. Did I explain to you what a god is?
I asked you, and you said it's
Wait, hold
the
on. What is a god
explanation.
for you?
Okay,
Hello?
God, no,
Hello?
not for me, but for many religions, it's a super being who created the universe and everything,
No,
even afterlife.
I want to know from you. I'm arguing with
I'm
you,
an
not
atheist. I
me.
don't have my own definition.
What is if you hear God, what do you think of?
I just explained to you why you're not listening.
No, you said many things. I'm asking you, when you hear God, what do you think
I
of?
just explained. I will repeat it. Please listen carefully.
No, you said
God
others,
is
many things, so you say.
yeah. That's the definition of other people. I don't have a definition.
Yeah, but I'm asking you. I'm not asking others. I'm asking you, what do you
Yes,
think of when you hear God?
I hear many gods. Right, many God claims out there. Many religions. Mostly, people define their God as super being who created this universe.
Again, man.
What
Like when you
again?
hear God, the
That's why I
word God, when you
understand.
hear the
That's what
word
I
God,
understand. I'm explaining, man.
you don't need to believe in it. You don't need to
I'm
believe in
not
it.
believing in it.
I'm
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear
that's why I'm
the
asking
word
you, what do
God.
you think?
That's what shaping in my mind. A super powerful being, creator of this universe, creator of even afterlife. So it depends on the religion. Okay. So when it comes to
Yeah.
Hinduism, for example, if I'm asking this question to a Hindu person, okay, this is again many multiple powerful beings who created the universe and who is running the afterlife like a reincarnation or something like that. So these things that are shaping in my mind, but these are multiple definitions.
According to Hinduism, there is only one who created everything. That's Brahma, the fire of life.
Yeah, maybe, but I talk to many Hindu people. They don't think in that way.
Yes, like you can look it up.
You can talk to people who believe in many gods.
Yeah, they're polytheistic.
Yes.
I know that. I know there's
Yeah,
polytheistic religions.
and they call themselves Hindu also. I don't care. Like you can tell me this is Hinduism. Okay, no problem. but there are many people who believe in multiple gods and they call it Hinduism. I don't care. But this is what I imagine when people say God.
You don't know anything about Hinduism. Hinduism is
forget about Hinduism, man. They believe in super powerful beings, right?
Let me just give you my thought. They believe that the beginning of everything was Brahma.
It's a god.
And the gods you have are forms of him. And that doesn't mean that they believe in different gods. They believe. What do you mean it doesn't matter? Of course
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, so are you saying that there are no people who believe in multiple gods? And this is your claim?
No, I'm not saying
that. So like there are people who believe in multiple gods or a few gods or one god. That's the case for our planet, right? Human beings, they believe in many gods or a few gods or one god or no god.
Yeah, so what's your point? What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to answer your question, but seemingly you're not following.
Okay, what question? Please enlighten me.
You asked me what is God for you, and I'm telling you, that's why what I understand when people tell me God. Multiple things, because there's not only one religion, there's not only one God concept. This God can have many different definitions. But mainly, it's a super powerful being or beings who created this universe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. So
yeah, that's why I gave you my definition of God.
You said explanation.
Yeah.
And that's an equivocation fallacy.
No, this is the most accurate definition you
can give. The most accurate. You're just making up a definition. You're saying, "Oh, this is the most accurate definition." This is
what happened with all the definitions. This is what happened with all the definitions that were made up by humans.
Yeah, but still, that's a misleading definition because you are equivocating the word God with the truth. And then you said, "Oh, there's only one truth, therefore one God," is a very fallacious reasoning.
I never said that. I never even used the word truth.
You used that, but anyway.
No, you told you are just wanting me to say it so bad.
You were making a case for explanation. You were saying there's only one explanation for the things.
Yes, of course.
So like you were talking about the truth. And you misused the word explanation.
Do you think that there is eternal truth? One absolute truth?
I don't care. But anyway.
You don't care?
Yeah.
Is that how you debate people? You don't care?
No, I debate people like you because you are fallaciously claiming things, and that's why I don't care. Why should I care about someone who is not making sense?
I mean,
especially
at least I have a point. You live your life.
You don't have any point.
Man. You have no clue what you're even saying.
You also don't have any clue about what you're saying.
Man, you're just living plagiarism, man. You said, I asked you simply, what is a God? What do you think when you hear God? You said, many people think, what a boring life do you have, man? Try to understand
just because I explain what is God and you're saying, oh, what a boring life.
No, you don't have an explanation.
Stop, come on, you're bullshitting right now.
No, I asked you what is God.
You want to talk about God, or you want to talk about me, or about my boring life?
No, I'm not talking about you, but you're saying
you're talking about me.
No, you.
Come on, don't be shitty. Don't be shitty. Talk about God.
No, you said.
If you want to talk about God, we can talk about God. But if you don't want to talk about God,
we're talking.
No, you're not.
We're talking about God. You were the one.
You just made a shitty definition of God. That's all. And you're the one who were attacking my personality.
Man, are you? Let me ask you a simple, straight question. Are you Israel?
Am I Israel? What a question is that?
No, are you Israel? Yes or no?
Are you stupid? Yes or no?
No, answer the question.
I'm not fucking answering your question.
Okay, you are not Israel, right? Why are you playing the victim role?
You're playing victim. You're playing the victim.
You were talking about my personality and then
I was talking about your personality. What did I say about your personality?
Yeah, you said that.
What did I say about your personality?
Definitions that you like to talk people like me who bring up some definitions, and so you were
that's not about personality. No, that's not about personality. That's how people behave in general. It's not about your personality. You're just bullshitting, and that's all. And I don't want to waste my time for bullshitters. That's all.
Bullshitters.
Yeah. Like the way that you make up words. Explanation.
Philosopher, yeah.
Anyway,
many
bye-bye, take care.
Hindus believe, yeah.
Take care, bye-bye. They're not
Yeah,
making any
and many
sense.
gods. Many gods, yeah. Hindus believe in many gods.
Wizard. Are you a chicken wing? I'm not. What about you?